Hello and welcome to EdClub TV. My name is Ranjan and I am the General Manager of Operations and Marketing for the organization. MapMyStudy is a platform for students where they get genuine information about studying abroad and studying in India. We help students for counseling, admission, and visa services. We have started this EdClub TV wherein we will be actually inviting principals, directors, and highly qualified individuals wherein they will share their experiences, the way they actually teach, they guide students, and what are the challenges they're facing in today's competitive world or in the education sector. Today I am going to invite, we have with us Ms Vandana Singhal. She is the principal of Maharishi Arvind Public School. I would like to invite her now. Hello, Ms. Singhal, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. First of all, I'm very much thankful to MapMyStudy team for inviting me on this wonderful platform, which helps the students and the educators for the future learning. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Ms. Singhal, we know that you are pretty much highly qualified, but apart from that, you do a lot of things and have achieved a lot of, I would say, goals and ladders. So if you could just tell us something about yourself first and about your school. Yes.
Like I am working in this education field from past 24 years, and in 24 years, like I spent my few years, like 10 years as an educator, and as a principal I spent 14 years. In this journey of principal, it is slightly difficult because it is a very demanding and rewarding job too, and because every day we have to prove ourselves. So first of all, I can say, like previously I was working with the residential trust running school. Now I'm working with the residential school. So challenges in the residential school is little bit more than the regular schools. So we are working on that because this is the co-educational school, and we have to like make balance in both things, you can say.
I understand. So being the principal of the school, what is your philosophy of leadership? And then how would you describe your leadership skills? You know, the audience would like to know about that.
Yeah, my leadership skills completely based on the constructive leadership way. In this way, learner basically, they learn by their own learning and they judge by themselves. And I give them freedom to work so they can explore more ideas. And my way of transformational leadership style, it gives the opportunity to the teachers and students to grow as a future leaders.
That's right. So you're preparing individual leaders, rather, just guiding, not only guiding them for their job or education, but actually preparing future leaders. That's nice. And what do you think, should the school's top priority, what should be the school's top priority in the next 10 years?
It's really very good questions, I can say, because we have to be ready for the next 10 years from today. First of all, we have to adopt the future technology, because every day the technologies keep on changing. So we have to adopt the future technology, and we have to go for the international curriculum. And I can say, like we have to adopt the soft skill based education, and somehow, because the main motto of the education is the employment, so we should go for the entrepreneurial approach towards this study.
So when you say that you should go for international exposure, are you doing anything of that sort within your school? Any sort of a connection with international institutions or inviting them for that?
Yes. In our school, we have the curriculum for the international studies also. Like we have some language courses, German and French language courses. So students are learning this in our school, so they can explore more in global world.
So those are language courses you're introducing because they will have interest in studying further, or the inclination would be there to learn more about that particular country.
Moreover, they are taking part in international Olympiads also. We are providing them the platform to compete in the international education.
Correct. I think most of the schools are taking that initiative of pushing their students for international Olympiads. That's a very nice thing. And you mentioned about technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
They are knowing the international rank in their own subject. So I think it's a very good platform.
Oh yes. And you mentioned about the technology. How has technology affected the teaching and learning in your school, though?
Actually, teaching and learning is like I usually go for the learner-centric education. We should have to pay more attention on the learner part. Till the students are not ready to learn, we cannot give them knowledge. So first of all, the students should be motivated to learn, then only acceptance is there.
So how do you do that? In fact, I mean, how does your teachers basically motivate the students to learn? Something which will be really interesting for the new schools coming up to understand.
Yeah, because like now the CBSE has implemented new education policy. So we have the vocational courses in it. So by seeing the students' maximum potential, we are allowing them to opt for the courses, and we are guiding them in the school so they can be ready for the future professions.
So do you identify students who's interested in what, and accordingly been given that particular opportunity or an exposure to them in that line?
Yeah. We have 8 clubs working in this school, like the sports club, creative writing club, and environment club. There's so many clubs we have. So according to the club activities and the house activities, we are analyzing the students and giving them the platform for their field of interest.
Great. Now you've also been very much active into co-curricular activities during your time, your education days. So what is your opinion of the importance of co-curricular activities for students in today's time?
Yeah, co-curricular activities is a major part of the school academics, you can say, because without the co-curricular activities, students can't learn the collaboration and the creative skill, problem solving skills, and it enhance all kind of skills among the students, so they can they are ready to face the world after their school education. So it's very important co-curricular activities. We have so many co-curricular activities like dance and gardening. We have so many activities that the students are taking part, creative writing. That I've already told you that we have clubs in the school, so they are managing the school co-curricular activities. In that way, we are finding out the students.
Share some of your achievements. In fact, I know if you could just share it with our audience, what were your achievements in the co-curricular activities? You won a lot of awards, in fact.
Yeah. Our students.
In your days, I'm talking about.
We have Kota Sahodya complex. It is a cluster of schools, CBSE schools. It is in the city. So we have the inter-school competition in that. So my students are winning debate competitions and essay writing competitions and sports activities. They are getting prizes in cricket tournaments, and also we are good at all these things.
That's great. And I would like to just go back to the technology once again. We were talking about technology. So how can we blend the modern technology in classrooms with traditional teaching methods? You understand what I'm saying? Traditional teaching methods and then involving technology into it. A lot of schools are doing it. And what is your notion of that?
We are also doing this because the blended learning is always giving the platform to the traditional learning and teaching methods and the online teaching methods, right? So this we are doing with the help of the multimedia content.
Okay.
So it's very, very good for the students for the learning part, you can say.
All right. That's great. And then the education and technology is doing good for students. What is your?
Yeah, definitely it is doing very, very well. And you can say future employee should be techno savvy also in all aspects. You can see.
So we've seen a lot of advertisements do come in today's dates. Teach your kids for coding and stuff like that. So do you also encourage students to do that?
Yeah, it's very important nowadays because students are learning decoding like from the age of 6 years old. The student of class 2nd started the coding methods of learning. So it's very essential nowadays. Yeah.
It's too early for them to actually start learning about these things, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that would be, won't that actually give more pressure onto these kids?
Yeah, we have the stages of learning actually. So in the coding also, we have the stages. So it starts from class 2nd and it ends up to class 9th.
Spoke about teachers. So how important do you think that, to change the mindset of the teachers from teacher-centric methodologies to learner-centric methodologies?
I used to say that the teachers, they have to learn from the past experiences and they have to control and direct their own learning. So learning motivation and learning resources factors, this help the teachers a lot and it should be learner-centric basically.
Right. And does your teachers also, you mentioned that they're also going through certain counseling trainings and all, do they get regular trainings from your end or from the government of India? Because they are also doing some certain initiatives from the education ministry has come up with certain initiatives.
We are providing the private platform as well as CBSE is also like we have the skill education corner from the CBSE also. So the teachers are trained through the CBSE also. So they are getting certificate in different kind of training. They are the part of this capacity building programs and adolescence education programs. So they are learning in that. They are certified learners now, and they are teaching the students accordingly.
Okay. And we've noticed that a large percentage of students end up selecting, sometimes incorrect stream, in their 11th or 12th, which leads to, ending up a wrong career. So how can we solve this at an, early stage? What's your take on it?
It's really, really very, very good question, I can say, because most of the students, they are confused in taking the subject for the future career. And at the school level, being a principal and with the help of the teachers, we are we are managing the counseling session for the parents and the students as well. So this is a three-way process. This is the channel between teacher, student and the parent. We are counseling them with the help of career fair, and we are organizing some counseling sessions with the professionals also, and they are guiding them according to the field of interest of the students. Basically, the parents want that if the child is good at studies, they should choose science and mathematics always. But we have some professional careers, different kind of this unconventional also. So they are not ready to choose that career. This is the parents' problem. So sometimes we have to help the students to choose the better career, and we have to provide them the career options and the solution of it. So these are the colleges you can get the admission in that way. So we have to share all the resources to the students and the parents, so they are getting the point.
Great. And you mentioned about parents, in fact, and we all know that parents play a very, very important role when it comes to deciding a particular stream. So, and we've seen there are many a times majority of the students do choose what their parents wants them to study, or their relative wants them to study. Do you come across these kind of queries by students? They wanted to study something else, their parents are pushing, and how do you convince these parents and kids both ways? It's tricky though.
Yeah, it's really challenging for me. We are not actually counseling them in that way, like you have to do it. What we have to do, we have one psychometric test facility in this school. So by the MNC test, multiple nature test, we are coming into the solution that the student is the area of the interest of the student is in this field, so they should choose this career. So in this MNC test, what will happen, like the 5-6 career options are coming, and they are giving the report of the student, and the parents will see the report, and they are guiding the students for that particular career. So
and what if they are not very much convinced with the report? What happens then?
Yeah. Sometimes it happens also, but for that we are providing them to meet with the professionals, those who are working in this field. So they are interacting with them, and this is their duty to satisfy them. Yeah.
I know. We've seen challenges where students usually complete their 1-year program and then they realize that no, this is not what I wanted to do, and then they change their field, and wherein a lot of parents end up investing a lot of amount for the first year, and they have to initiate the entire process again because the kid is not happy enough to continue with the same program. So right, I understand. Thank you for that insight. Now, teachers play a very important role, a very crucial role in guiding students, you mentioned. How does your institution, your school, Maharishi Arvind Public School, ensure the teachers are equipped for providing such guidance? Because it's not about only the subject areas, but about the counseling and career counseling. You have certain limitations. Every school has certain limitations. You cannot have all the teachers become a career counselor, right? So, do you actually work on the senior level classes, teachers, or what is your lookout? And how do you prepare your teachers in managing both career and academic goals of kids?
Yeah, teachers, they know the students well, actually. So what we have, the students are having the one platform of annual alumni meet. So the students, those who are passed out from our school, they are coming back to the school. They are telling this success story to our junior ones. So what kind of process they are reached to that you can say status, or like they are the best friends of the students, young students. So the teachers help in that way कि वो क्या करते हैं कि बच्चों को invite करते हैं, because they are the part of alumni meet and they know the students very well, those who are passed out. So वो उस प्लेटफॉर्म पर उनको इनवाइट करते हैं और वो बच्चों को स्पेशली उस फील्ड के बच्चों को उनसे मिलवाते हैं. So that is a very good help for the students, those who are searching for that particular career.
Right. So basically alumni interaction की आप बात कर रहे हैं, which is very important these days. Usually बच्चे वापस नहीं आते हैं, कई बार चले जाते हैं ग्रेजुएशन करने, फिर वापस नहीं आते हैं. So alumni interaction is very good.
Teachers उन बच्चों को जानते हैं, so they are in contact with those students still. So it is very easy for the teachers to call the students for different fields, those who are succeeded in that particular field. So by the help of this channel, they are making the platform to meet.
So alumni interaction, so are these kids immediate kids होते हैं जो अभी भी 1 साल 2 साल पहले गए, या जो अभी जॉब कर रहे हैं, एक अच्छी फील्ड में काम कर रहे हैं, उनको बुला के
both kind of, like they are past 5 years from now, or immediate pass out, they are there. तो वो उनको competition के बारे में भी थोड़ा सा बताते हैं, जानकारी देते हैं. तो it's very good for them. They know कि what kind of competition are coming in their career options. So in the preparation of that particular competition, they are helping the junior ones.
Great. Now I would like to move on to something which maybe you may be thinking, you have certain plans. The opportunities, what other opportunities would you want to introduce to your students on academics and co-curricular fields? अभी तक आपने already किया होगा काफी कुछ activity. What are your future plans like? क्या opportunity उनके लिए खोलना चाहेंगे आप?
Basically, as per the opportunities, the CBSE has provided the list of 22 vocational courses. So right now we are able to only open the 5 courses among the 22 courses list. So now my planning is to give the opportunity for all 22 courses. It's very difficult task, but even then, because if they have more options, so my students can benefit it for
CBSE जो 22 courses, vocational courses के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, so the 22 vocational courses have to be delivered by each and every school, correct?
Yeah.
And there must be certain resource challenges to deliver. Are you getting any sort of resource support from CBSE for that matter?
Yeah. We have to develop the resource for that, and we have to guide the students accordingly. So these vocational courses start from class 6. So if from class 6 to 12 the students are going in the same field, so I think it is helpful for their future career.
And these vocational courses are paid? Are they going to pay a fee for them or
No.
for these courses?
There is no.
It's
This
free
is
of
the
cost
part
for
of
these
the
kids.
curriculum now. This is the part of the
Okay. Great. My next question is, what inspired? Now, this is something personal for you. In fact, how you became a principal. You did a lot of stuff in the past 20-25 years. You mentioned. What inspired you to become a principal with such an amazing science academic background, and or rather not going into any other profession? You just became a principal. Was teaching always a dream, or what is it like?
Yeah, from my childhood, I love making a difference actually. So this is the only profession where I can shape my vision of academic success for all the students. That's why I have chose this profession. And I'm very much like I love collaborating with the teachers, offering feedback and seeing them grow and improve their classroom every day and year to year. When I make a right decision, I am proud for myself also. This is the major concern.
But principal बनना कई बार challenging हो जाता है, 10 people on your head and just shouting with lot of requests. कभी ये करना है, कभी वो करना है. Isn't that a very hectic job sometimes? I mean, I've seen my principals. I've seen most of the principals. Sometimes they're very strict. Time इधर नहीं जाना, उधर नहीं जाना type.
Only first year on this seat is little bit difficult, but now after the experiences, no problem is new for us. So like you can say it comes with experience. So work is easier now. Yeah.
And how often do you, because teachers का काफी activities principal के forum conferences वगैरह होते रहते हैं. So how often do you participate or send your teachers and counselors for these activities? The open forums, they happen, conferences happen, international, national. Is your team or is your management is also involved into these activities?
Yeah, we are sending our teachers for the conferences, and I myself was also joining. I have joined the conferences at Sri Lanka also, Hyderabad. So whenever we are going outside, when we are meeting with other principals and we are meeting with the globalized culture, so we can improve our school atmosphere very well. So by this interaction, my teachers learned a lot. I have also learned a lot. So I personally feel that कुएं का मेंढक नहीं बन के रहना चाहिए. We should have to explore.
No, बिल्कुल. Yeah, बिल्कुल. वो काफी exposure देता है, and important है conferences में attend करना and sessions where you can actually take back that information back to your school, do certain changes into the system if needed. My last question would be that your suggestions, your guidance, your suggestions you would like to give to the current youths and the aspiring students. Anything specific or anything which you wish to share with them?
So, as we all know that the youth of our country, like population of the youth of our country is the maximum in the world, you can say. So now our youth power is the maximum. So my message to the current youth is you have to be more proactive. You have to be quick learner and self-starter, self-motivated. So no one can stop you to reach to the heights, and no one can stop you to touch the sky. This is my message to them.
Oh yes, why not? Good thought, very good thought. And all your students, do you keep a track of your students? I'm sure, of course, you've just mentioned that आपके teachers connected रहते हैं. So do you keep a track of your students going to study abroad or study in India? कितने बच्चे बाहर गए, कितने यहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हैं, ऐसा कुछ?
Yes, we
कम्युनिकेशन
have
बच्चों के
records,
साथ
but
रहता है?
not as per the school level. By the social media, we are connected. So
Oh,
and
yes.
we have the school page also. So they are interacting through this app also. In that
कोटा
way.
एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे बच्चे मेजरली कोचिंग के लिए जाते
Coaching
हैं,
के लिए।
एंड कोटा इज एजुकेशन हब, वी ऑल नो दैट. सो आपके यहाँ से कितने बच्चे आईआईटी में या मेडिकल में जाते हैं, कुछ आपको पता हो, क्योंकि आपके बच्चे भी एनरोल करते होंगे कोचिंग वगैरह में?
Approximately हर साल अगर देखा जाए तो 10 to 15 students they are going into IIT. Yes.
10 to 15 स्टूडेंट्स
Yeah, from one batch.
आईआईटी में एडमिशन हो जाता है बच्चों का. वाओ,
Yeah, बिल्कुल.
नाइस.
Because they are coming to the Kota city with this vision only, and most of the students they are very intelligent because parents are sending their bright students to Kota city. So here competition is very high. So definitely they are getting the seats.
So वो schooling भी आपके यहाँ से करते हैं? They finish
Yes,
their schooling and also study simultaneously. Is that what you're saying?
As I already told you, my school is a residential school. So
Right.
So we are providing them the facility for the coaching also, as well as the school atmosphere. We have the integrated system. School studies and the coaching are the different part in the same school. The faculty of the coaching, they are coming to the school to teach them after the school. So in that way we are managing, because a residential school it is possible.
I understand that.
Students are not going to the coaching centers. Yeah, students are not going to the coaching centers. The teachers are coming for give the tuition to the students.
That's something really interesting you said that. So basically उनको आपके स्कूल में ही वो कोचिंग मिल जाता है, जो आपको बच्चों को बाहर जाना पड़ता है, but school is actually getting that student or the teacher, school is actually getting that teacher inside the school and giving that coaching to these kids, and they're going to IIT and medical. That's very, very nice. That's really nice to hear. बहुत कम schools ऐसे initiatives लेते हैं, कहते हैं भाई एक और burden नहीं चाहिए आप उसको बाहर ही जाइए. But you've taken a very nice path, I would say.
In this way, we can keep an eye on the students' changing behavior. So we can at least interact with the parents and tell them about their child. So it's very easier for us to keep an eye on the students if they're not moving out from the.
Absolutely, residential schools में ये benefit रहता है. Correct. And आपके यहाँ से बच्चे, for study abroad, do they actually prefer for studying abroad as well? Do they opt?
Yeah. They are appearing in the SAT examination. So by the getting the seat in the SAT, they are getting the admission in undergraduate courses and graduate courses. So
That's wonderful. Good to hear that you're giving that opportunity and also pushing the parents and students to think and explore these options. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Ms. Singhal. It's wonderful talking to you. I hope that our audience will get a lot of information out of the conversation, and I wish you all the very best for your school to go ahead and probably achieve 2025 of the verticals which the government of India wants you to implement, the objectives which you have. And thank you so much for coming online today and spending time with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.